Hello, my beautiful people. This is something that the universe wanted me to bring forth. And this is really concentrating on the earth witches that are here. I am a witch, but I'm not an earth witch because my soul is not originally from here. That's a whole nother story. And if you want to see that, that's on my TikToks, my YouTube, on one of my brown chair chats, who I am and what I am. I'm an angelic. And so not all souls are from Earth, and so, but a lot of most of the Earth witches are from Earth, and that's great because they take the power of the Earth itself, Mother Nature, Gaia, whatever you want to call her, and she's beautiful and giddy, and I love her, and I communicate with her as well. What's brought to my attention, unfortunately, was the certain witches trying to block Trump, trying to make things happen in their will against it. I want to talk a little bit about spell work, first of all. This is not about a red or blue. I don't really care who you voted for or whatnot. It's not really about this. My thing is, this is a spiritual warfare as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not really concerned about the politics of it. Although I do know what's going on, and of course I do have empathy for everybody that is here on this earth. But things have to play out like they should. Now, when you're doing spell work, you cannot insert someone else's free will. It is impossible. It is just going to be backfiring on you as karma. It's never a good idea. You cannot do that. You can also not swap destinies or any of that bullshit. Not going to happen. You can protect yourself. You can protect the ones you love. There are certain binding spells, but if you're going to do binding spells, you need to know and basically communicate with the universe if the universe wants you to do something of that sort. Like take a love spell, for example. You cannot do a love spell on a individual. It's not a good thing. It will bring karma back to you. Whether you're doing it for somebody or doing it for yourself, not a good thing. When you're usurping somebody else's free will. No. You can do a love spell that says, bring me the best person for me. That keeps it in a general pool, and that the universe hears you and wants to bring the person that is right for you. You cannot insert people's free will, and I see them doing this, and that Trump is protected, etc. Yes, he is protected. His spirit guides are protecting him, and the universe is protecting him as well. And do I think Trump's a good guy? No, he's a narcissist. He's had his own agenda and all that. Oh yeah. But I also see the bigger picture of what is happening. And we must be very aware of that, especially light workers and whatnot, and what's really going on and who truly the evil is. Don't get me wrong. There is nobody on this earth that is completely good. There's no one that's going to be a best bet for everything. Not going to happen. We're all human here. That's just what it is. No one is perfect. We're in a very low vibrational state. It's third dimension going to the fifth, and that's still very low vibrating. I mean, very low vibrating. So, no one is perfect, but we're trying to apt for something that will be better for in later on. And what I'm more concerned about is overall the Illuminati, the World Economic Forum, which basically is the Illuminati, and the World Economic Forum with a lot of people that empower people, the money people, the people that really do control governments and everything else, that are losing power day in, day out. Those are the ones who are going to try to control what you think, what you speak, how you can speak it, whether you get, to come to the table and speak your own mind. That's what free speech is here in the United States. And thankfully we have that. Our founding forefathers were smart enough to put that in the Constitution. That is what they're trying to prevent. They're trying to prevent you from owning anything, wanting you to be basically a peasant and a servant to their agenda. They don't give an F about you. They really don't. And that is more of my concern, because this is a spiritual war. I mean, the right-left thing, the Republican Party, Democrat Party here in the United States is the same coin. It is the same flipping coin. They're both beholden to their donors, to the oligarchs, to the corporations. Those are not what you want. Again, Trump, I'm not condoning Trump, not doing it, but things have to play out the way they need to play out. So if you're feeling something, please protect yourself. Do what you can on your own level. There shouldn't be any rioting or any of that sort of thing. And we need a little bit more of a rationality of things as well. You know, when you're talking about big corporate media, they're owned by for a couple of corporations, and all they want is to control you and what you think and how you think. That's why they attack everything else that disagrees with them. Misinformation. No, sweetheart, everyone's got their own. They can all, yes, there's going to be misinformation out there, of course. But I think as a rational human being, you should be able to figure out what is true to you or not. And if you don't, I'm going to say you start meditating and start, to understand and start co-creating with the universe and really understanding what that's about. And it's very important that you do, because there's a lot of low vibrational people in this world. And that doesn't mean they're not intelligent, not smart. It's just that they don't know any better right now. People have to start healing themselves. And so, that's what the light workers are here to do. And so, again, I'm not condoning Trump or anything of that else. This is not a political speech. All I'm telling you, this is a spiritual warfare. And we have to be very careful about what we do. And especially if you're trying to do spell work, please be very careful with that. It is karma that will come back to you. All right? I think that's about all I have to say in this particular one. Again, being very clear, I'm a gay man. Very clear, I don't condone Trump as a person and that, but we're going to see what happens in these 4 years. I'm actually kind of interested because it's going to be a big shakeup. And the thing is, there's always a balance of right, wrong, negative, positive. And when I say right and wrong, that really is the wrong word to use. It's a negative, positive aspect, because the world, the universe is binary. So, all that has to be adjusted in one way or the other. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I believe that, people should live their lives independently with liberty and pursuit of what they want to do, and to be able to express how they feel, who they are and whatnot without anybody else interfering with that, and to just live their lives, And I think that's the most important thing that we have to remember about this. All right. So I hope that helped. I hope that gave some of you a little bit of insight. I don't know. There's so much more to talk about this, and there is a lot. It's just trying to trying to condense this into 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes is very difficult, because there is so much more to say about this, and maybe I'll start talking a little bit more about it as far as the spiritual warfare that we're undergoing and that we have been undergoing. That's what the Age of Aquarius is all about. It's uplifting us. It's getting us out of that. It is no longer a top down, but a bottom up. So, and getting rid of the lies and the deception that have been in place for a very long time. So, remember the military industrial complex, there's people that are in the government who never change. These are more of our concerns, because they're beholden to the money people. And they play the dance, they play both sides, the Democrats, Republicans, or, if you're in another country, they try to play as many parties as they can to get in there and get what they want. So just be very well aware of that. There's an old saying, follow the money. Well, follow the money, sweethearts. So let's hope for some better times. I really do. I'm really hoping that things change. Spirit keeps telling me things are going to gradually change, and that makes me very happy, and I have to trust in Spirit. That's what I do. So, guys, I'll talk to you later. You have a good one. Ciao.